All right, let's just dive right in. Tonight, we are cracking open a really specific, really powerful page of the Zohar. We're not just talking about the clock striking 12. We are going so much deeper into what midnight truly is, according to the mystics.
That's it exactly. It's not a time of day, it's a cosmic protocol. It's this scheduled event where, if you believe the Zohar, the veil between our world and, well, everything else becomes unbelievably thin. And right at the heart of this whole thing is a secret about the souls of the righteous, and a connection that's actually available to every single one of us.
Just listen to this description. The Zohar paints this picture of this incredible cosmic activity that kicks off the very moment it turns midnight. I mean, just imagine it. The entire physical world just falls into this deep, hushed stillness. And it's in that quiet, that's when something amazing happens. The souls of the righteous, right, those who have passed on, they start to ascend. The text gives us this visual of these luminous, conscious streams of light just rising up towards the spiritual epicenter, Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden. And as they rise, they sing. This celestial, wordless melody just awakens. And boom, that is the question, isn't it? This is not just some fairy tale about what's happening in another dimension. The Zohar is never just telling a story, it's always giving us a blueprint, a set of instructions. So while this whole symphony of souls is playing out in the upper worlds, the text immediately makes us ask, okay, so what's our role down here on Earth? Are we just spectators to this amazing light show? Or is there a port, a connection point that lets us actually plug into this incredible event? And that question brings us right to the heart of this entire teaching, the human connection. Because the Zohar reveals that this celestial event is not some one-way broadcast. Nope, it's an invitation. It's a system that's designed for a two-way connection, a bridge between our physical world and the spiritual realms. And it all hinges on one single, powerful act. And right here you can see the perfect, beautiful symmetry of it all. Look at this. Above, you've got the souls ascending. They're bathed in this divine celestial light, and they're singing this wordless heavenly praise. And then, down below, you have the person who chooses to get up at midnight to study. They are also ascending in consciousness, and they're being illuminated by the wisdom of the Torah, and they're giving voice to these sacred teachings. The Zohar is showing us, hey, this isn't a coincidence. This is a perfect real-time parallel. The actions below are literally mirroring the actions above, and that creates this resonant bridge between them. And this isn't some new age, abstract idea, It's anchored in one of the most central figures in our entire tradition. King David himself says, "At midnight I will rise." So, why midnight? The Zohar's commentary on this explains that he was in on the secret. He knew that midnight was an et ritzon, a time of favor. It's the special moment when the gates of heaven are uniquely open, not just for prayer in general, but specifically for engaging with Torah. It's a time when your words have this direct, unimpeded superhighway to the highest realms. Okay, so we get the what, a connection is made, and we get the who, the souls up there and the student down here, but now we get to the really fascinating part, the how. What are the actual cosmic mechanics that power this whole thing? The Zohar doesn't just give us beautiful poetry, it gives us a schematic. It's like the mystical engineering of the night. It reveals the divine architecture that actually makes this connection possible. Right, the night isn't just this one long block of darkness. It's a 12-hour cycle, and it has a very precise pivot point. For the first 6 hours, from sunset to midnight, the world is descending. The Zohar actually calls sleep 1/60th of death. The whole spiritual consciousness of the world kind of contracts. Then bam, at the exact midpoint, everything pivots. The Zohar says a north wind awakens, the spiritual current that just stirs all of creation. And it's at that moment that the divine presence itself enters the Garden of Eden to be with these righteous souls, and that's what triggers their ascent and their song. Then, for the next 6 hours, as the world moves towards dawn, a reward is prepared. A thread of loving kindness, a real, tangible spiritual energy, is drawn over the people who participated, blessing them for the entire day to come. And Kabbalah maps this whole cosmic process onto the Sephirot, these divine emanations. So it all starts down here in Malchut, our physical world, which awakens from the black of night into this deep blue of potential and stillness. Now, when a person decides to rise, they open up a channel through Yesod, the foundation, which acts like this conduit of pure ascending white light. This is what allows the praise from below to meet and harmonize with the song from above, in Tiferet, a point of beautiful integration represented by this vibrant green. And then this unified energy, this new thing, it ascends all the way up to Bina, the realm of understanding, which receives this supercharged praise as this ineffable radiance that literally nourishes all of existence. So you can really think of the path of praise as this four-step journey. It all starts with a simple physical act, awakening. Just one person down here in Malchut decides to rise and open a book. But that single act kicks off step 2, ascension. Their consciousness, powered by these holy words, starts to rise through that channel of Yesod, and it meets the souls who are also ascending. And then comes step 3, harmonization. In the realm of Tiferet, the articulate wisdom of the Torah gives a voice, a structure, to the wordless joy of the souls. They merge. And finally, reception. This new combined energy, this living praise, it's so powerful that it shoots all the way up to Bina, providing spiritual fuel for all the worlds. Now look, all these concepts of Sephirot and cosmic flows, they can feel pretty abstract, right? But the beauty of these ancient teachings is that they're describing a fundamental process of reality. So what we can do is translate them into some modern parables. We can create a sort of Rosetta Stone to help us really get our heads around the mechanics, but in a language we all use every single day. Okay, so for the first one, think of it like a massive distributed computer network. Every single night, the whole system runs a synchronized update process. Now, most of the local nodes, that's us, humanity, are in sleep mode, but a few nodes, they decide to stay active. By opening the Torah, they establish this high-speed connection to the central server, the divine. They start uploading new data packets, which are their insights, their vocalization of the text. And in doing that, they synchronize in real time with this higher-level data stream, the ascending souls, and create this complete, totally integrated system update. Or how about this? Think of it like a huge online video game. The game developers have coded this hidden, server-wide event that only happens for a really short window right after midnight. Now, 99% of the players are logged off. But the really dedicated players, the ones who are logged in and are performing a specific action, studying Torah, all of a sudden they find a secret realm has opened up. And in this realm, they can actually interact with these powerful, high-level NPCs, the souls of the righteous. And this interaction gives them unique buffs for the next day's gameplay. That's the thread of loving-kindness, right? It's divine favor, it's protection. And let's try one more from a cosmic engineering perspective. You could see this as a fundamental, scheduled maintenance cycle for the entire universe. At midnight, the system performs a universal synchronization. Any active lower-level processes, and that's human consciousness engaged in study, are granted a temporary, super high-bandwidth connection to the main spiritual grid. And this connection just enhances the data flow between all the realms, and it achieves this system-wide integration that renews and recalibrates the entire cosmos for the next cycle, for the next day. So we've got the mechanics, we've got the analogies, but all of this incredibly sophisticated cosmic machinery, it has to have a purpose, right? An ultimate goal. What is the final product that this whole midnight protocol is designed to generate? Well, the Zohar gives it a specific name, living praise. And this, right here, is the final, crucial piece of the entire puzzle. We have to ask, what is living praise? How is it any different from the praise of the angels that's happening all the time, or from the praise of a person who's studying during the day? What makes this midnight fusion so unique, so incredibly powerful? Living praise is a hybrid energy. It's something totally new. It's not just the angelic song, which, yeah, it's pure, but it lacks the texture of having overcome physical struggle. And it's not just the study of a human, which has intention, but maybe lacks that pure spiritual ecstasy of a soul that's not bound by a body. It's the fusion of both. The Zohar explains that the articulate wisdom of the Torah, being studied down on earth, gives structure, it gives grammar, it gives a vessel, to the raw, wordless, ecstatic emotion of the souls singing up in heaven. And when those two merge, they create a new, potent spiritual force that is so much greater than the sum of its parts. This is the energy that truly nourishes creation. Which really brings this entire cosmic blueprint down to a very personal, very profound question for each of us. The system is running. This protocol is active every single night. The souls are ascending. The opportunity is there. So the only question the Zohar leaves us with is, what praise will you generate tonight?
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week.
If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.